So, it's middle of the Tarkov wipe, and you just got done watching all of the Tarkov people try out Arena at TwitchCon. And then Nikita even gave him free cultist tattoos and drove him out to a firing range to shoot a minigun? Excuse me? That is so cool. Anyways, all of those people 100% deserve to be there because of their mastery of the game, the help that they provide other players during stream, and because they're just overall entertaining individuals to watch.
Oh, fuck. He's in the back. Oh my god. Fudge, I'm cheating.
And that takes us to this little gremlin here. That's me. Now, I am by no stretch of the imagination a good player. I'm just someone who knows a little bit about the game, and I play it from time to time. Now, as I sit here steeling my nerves for the journey into the hellscape that is customs on Tarkov, let's go over my game plan. So, for this raid, we went into it wanting to get our checking quest done, where we had to grab the bronze pocket watch right here in the middle of the map. I had fortunately spawned right here at the RUAF roadblock, except I didn't have the key. So I immediately hustled all the way to the truck before realizing I didn't have the key. I got about halfway there before I realized I needed to end up going to dorms to grab this key. So the game plan was, I run here, peel off, go through the woods, enter dorms, grab the key, hustle back, get the key, and then I don't like to go through this whole area early on in the game because it's pretty populated. So as soon as I grabbed that key, I was planning on running this way, hugging buses, and then working my way to the outskirts and just riding the wall all the way home to ZB 1011. That was the game plan. Now to bring the plan to fruition. Let's run up customs then, shall we? Now, I immediately made my way to old construction. Not because I knew I could get the pocket watch, I understood I needed to go to dorms to get the key, but I was hearing some shooting here, and I always head old construction if I get RUAF, unless I'm going crack house. But I heard some shooting on the other side of the wall and thought maybe people that spawned over at campfire were heading this way. What am I hearing right now? A scab? Now, the placement of these footsteps and the pacing of them was unnatural for an AI, so I assumed that it was a player rushing over here on the other side of the wall. Definitely a player. I could have sworn there was a player on the street, so I started to take it slow and try to scope out the area. I did only have a pistol here, and was hoping I could use the element of surprise. So much for that idea. The element of surprise is now gone. Guy on the other side of this. Somebody just hit a bunch of barbed wire. The audio gave him away. And then I heard him opening a backpack. This had to be a player. A third party runs up on me though, and I immediately panic, retreating to this position. The laser on the wall lets me know that they are geared, at least somewhat, more than a pistol or a Mosin. This could be a fight I end up losing. I'm noticing multiple sets of footsteps. This is a bad situation. I'm pinned between one player and a team of two. The guy to my left, though, who tripped the barbed wire, is still making a lot of noise, and I immediately think that I should probably be as passive as possible, since the team of two could aggro that one player instead of me. They might just walk right past me and go for him, because he is making quite a bit of noise. That's my best option here. I hold my fire on the first player. But the second one spots me. It's time to fight. I've been poked, and I'm completely out of ammo. I need to reload before this player pushes me. Luckily, he misses his shot. After missing the first few headshots, I decided to mag dump him. It was the right call. I take a moment to giggle like a goblin in celebration. Feels good to be back, baby! Feels good to be fucking back! The adrenaline hit. I was feeling it. This is the high that Tarkov can give you. The adrenaline rush quickly ran out, though, when I realized that I was only at the beginning of my journey through the checking quest. I haven't even made it to dorms yet for the key, and then I was going to have to return here. There was a long road ahead of me. There was chaos about in new construction, grenades, gunfire going everywhere. I did not want to head there at all, even after I came back for the pocket watch for that exact reason. It was time to claim my spoils of war. Unfortunately, the laser on his PP91 deceived me into thinking he had a gun of higher quality that I could use. I was hearing footsteps to my right again. Maybe somebody was going to come and loot these bodies. I needed to be ready to drop on him. I did not like the sound of that. The fuck is that? What am I hearing right now? An unceremoniously swift death was all that was waiting me on the other side of this wall. That man would have beaten me in a gunfight 100% of the time. I needed to rely on the element of surprise, which I just fumbled by standing up. This player could have easily heard that if he was as close as I thought he initially was. Luckily, he didn't hear it, and he had his eyes on the fight over at new construction. I didn't want to shoot, but if he saw me, I'd have no other choice. The shots at new construction were my savior. All attention he could have possibly diverted in my direction immediately got swept away by the ongoing fight that he was now going to join. This was my turn to loot and get out of here, but I had to be quick. Whatever the fuck that guy's packing could be serious business. I knew I was safe, but I might have played it a little too safe for my own good here, something I need to work on personally. As soon as those shots were fired, I knew that he wouldn't be looking back here. There was a small chance he could have, yes, but I'm actually putting myself in more danger by laying here in the open, deciding if I should loot or not, than actually going ahead and doing it. I could have gone and snuck up on here because I'm not that quick of a looter. Also, something I need to work on. My timid response to seeing that player is a weakness that needs to be eliminated. When I make a decision, I need to full send. It needs to be determined, and I need to be 100% committed to that decision, or else I'm going to fumble. Something I also need to work on in the future. After I finish looting, I end up gathering myself, trying to steel my nerves once more, before I finally just send it, deciding that it's all or nothing. I need to go to dorms. We just go straight to dorms now, right? Fuck it. We run. I take a small moment to listen to see if there's any traffic here, whether it be scab or a player, and to gather my stamina. When I start this next run, it's going to be a long one, and I need to get as much stamina as possible for it. I'm going to be crossing what is potentially the clearest sight line on the map. Keep my ears open for a little bit. Alright, let's roll. We made it, across the street and into the tree line. Nobody that was potentially watching the street can see me anymore. Now I just need to worry about traffic coming from dorms to here. This is all a very risky area for me. Be very sneaky. It's hard for me to be sneaky though, when 1, I'm overweight from looting those corpses, and 2, I'm hitting every possible tree I can see. So I decided it would probably just be a better plan to just send it, since I'm already making enough noise as it is. How do people play this game? And, like, just rush towards objectives. Shit honestly blows my mind. The paranoia of thinking that somebody's always looking at me through a scope is starting to set in and sending chills down the back of my neck. I need to either calm myself down or just get things going to take my mind off of it, or else I'm going to start making mistakes because of the fear that I'm now feeling. Moving around in short bursts and then sitting down to gather my surroundings again and maybe possibly hear a player might have been the play if I wasn't overweight from looting those kills. But no matter what I do, I'm going to be making noise. So this is actually a bad move on my part from the entirety of my journey from street to dorms. I am just making constant blunders that could result in my death. I notice the door is open, meaning somebody's been here. I had assumed this from the start since it's a hot area, but this is just confirmation. Do I just book it in there? I don't know. I don't know the best way of going about this. The item I need is on the second floor, at a very inconvenient area that causes me to be exposed while I jump onto a bed to enter a room. I notice a body on the floor. I don't want to enter here in case that body is being watched. Maybe there's another passive player already in here, or maybe there's somebody waiting for me to enter from all the noise I'm making. I eventually decide the best course of action is just to full send to the second floor, sprint up the stairs, get in here, and go to one of the rooms. I end up going pretty slowly. This would have resulted in my death, most likely, if somebody was watching the hall. My nerves are a little rattled by my own blunders. I just slow walked across the hallway. What am I doing, dude? I don't know how the fuck to play this game anymore. I swear. Nothing makes sense to me. A common way of checking the hallways on dorms is to sprint across the hall and free look down them, minimizing the chances of you getting shot in the head. I was failing to sprint here somehow. Maybe inertia was getting the best of me. Damn, bro, somebody looted this shit already? Well, okay. Nobody had shot at me, and I didn't hear anything. It was safe to assume that I was alone in here. Now time to grab the key. Let me get in here real quick so I can get that bronze pocket watch. That's not what I need. It's in the other jacket, probably. Yeah. Machinery key! There we go. Give me that. This was arguably the hardest part of the quest done, venturing into dorms to get the key. Going to dorms is never a safe option, even if you think you're alone, and a wave of relief hits me as soon as I make it out. Even though we may have cleared the biggest hurdle in this questline, we are not near completion yet. Now we gotta go all the way back. I need to stop playing so safe. Time is ticking and player scabs can start spawning in. Those are wild cards that I don't want to deal with. When they have nothing to lose, it makes it all the more dangerous for anyone still remaining in the map. I can't afford to be here when that happens. A couple of regular scabs have spawned here since my departure. If I can deal with them, I can just grab the pocket watch and run back. I actually ended up headshotting that last scab. You can tell by the blood spray on the tanker. Unfortunately, it seems that the bullet ricocheted off of his helmet. I'm not about to waste time hunting down a scab that's running away though, when I can just grab the pocket watch and start my extraction. One thing I ought to mention, since you can't see it due to my face cam positioning, which I'm going to change for future streams now that I'm realizing this, is that I actually have AP63 loaded into my pistol. AP63 is actually a really high armor pen version of regular 9mm caliber bullets. I usually wouldn't have access to this, but in one of my previous raids I ended up looting it from a loot source, whether it be an ammo box, weapon crate, etc., which is the only reason that I'm running my pistol over my PP91. Normally, I'd prefer a spray of low armor pen bullets going towards a player in the hopes that it dinks them in the head and drops them, or I just do enough flesh damage to their legs and arms to kill them. But because I have such high pen bullets in my pistol, I want to be running with this in case I do run into a geared player that has a face shield or something. Get your stamina back. And then we book it. Lots of gunfire coming from the old gas station. That's somewhere that we are currently heading towards. We want to avoid it. We can't afford to get into fights this late.
We don't want anything to do with that fight.
There are some benefits to it, though. It's grabbing the attention of everyone on the map, opening up riskier areas for me to run through.
But it's doing wonders for us.
The only reason I'm running through this open field in broad daylight is because of the gunfire.
Keeping me out of the dark.
Sniper Scav found me.
That's right at me.
I didn't have any weapons that could contend with the sniper at that range.
Sniper Scav, dude.
Running away from the Sniper Scav forced me to zero out my stamina, which is something you never want to do in this game. Until the stamina actually regens into the green, you cannot sprint, meaning that while I'm in the red, if a player were to be in the woods and start shooting at me, I would be almost completely killed, because I would have no means of running away. I was on high alert. The gunfire at Old Gas had ceased, meaning that if they had spawned on that side of the map, they would almost certainly be running in my exact direction trying to get to the wall so they could ride from dorms all the way to the other half of the map's extracts. If I could get to the top of this hill though, I'd be in the clear for the most part. There would be no reason for players from Old Gas to be moving to this hill.
Just keep it going. Just keep it going. Hit up the stash over here real quick. Oh my god, I forgot. Stashes don't have like a 100% spawn rate anymore. That's crazy to me.
Stashes used to be a great way to get loot for players that don't like to be in that many engagements, just like me. I finally made it to the wall. That provides me with a lot of relief, because when I make it here, it usually means that I'm good to get out this raid. There's usually a little bit of heat because of traffic areas near the actual extract itself, but I'm usually able to get from here to the extract without much contest, if any, most of the time. As I went to loot another stash, I started thinking about how long I was in this raid and how much I had riding on getting out. Then I started to get paranoid again.
Nice. Hopefully nobody's just looking at me. God, the paranoia eats at you. I just feel like somebody is staring at me right now through a scope. I'm on borrowed time. My life expectancy is entirely determined by whether they decide to pull the trigger or not. You know what I mean? Like, I got the fucking paranoia, dude. But I love it. It's the only game I play that makes me feel like this. Seriously. Horror games don't have shit on what Tarkov makes you feel.
I started to devolve into a paranoia-induced delirium.
Content creators, I don't know how they do it. I really don't know how they do it. They're crazy. If I ever get to a point where I'm in a situation where I get to, like, play a game with them or something, I gotta ask, like, are they just getting stoned out of their mind before they play every single time? Obviously, they don't care if they die, but, like, how? How do you not care if you die? There's a mental blocker. Keeps me from feeling that way. Okay, holy shit. Is anyone camping it? Is anyone camping it? Any scav gang? Is scav gang spawning in yet? Am I in trouble? Am I about to run into a rogue wave of scavs?
The end was in sight, only a few seconds away. We had to keep ourselves from being distracted by greed.
And here's the moments that really drive me nuts. Do I greet it and go for the stash, or do I get out? And I'm gonna say today, we 100% just get the fuck out of here. Okay.
Oh, first raid back? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Terrified, but good. We like it here. Fuck yeah. Woo! And there you have it. That's the checking quest completed, mid-wipe on an ungeared character, and I consider myself to be quite the casual. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and if you were interested by this, please let me know in the comment section. I'm trying to find a groove to get into, because the game I was covering before kind of flopped. And I would like to start jumping into more communities. Tarkov is a game that I've played for years, and I think they have a great, tight-knit community, and I wouldn't mind creating content for this game, because I think it's a game that's fun to watch. If you like what I did here, let me know. If you think I should add some things to the video, let me know. Or if you think we should just start taking Tarkov creation in a completely different direction, let me know that as well. because I'm down for anything. I like to play the game, and I think it's great to watch. So, once again, thank you for watching the video. Let me know in the comments what you think. And you guys, all have a great day. Peace.